All right, you guys are probably wondering why I brought you to IKEA here in Tampa. Well, just a minute ago it was pouring. It was like a mini hurricane monsoon. You could probably see it, it's really nasty. So I came out just long enough to get this clip from IKEA because I wanted to do a video outside for you guys and that video got scrapped. So I was near IKEA, I decided to come here because I had an idea of showing you guys storage ideas, ways to organize your office and make your inventory and your office work area, you know, more clean and clear and organized so that you could work smoother, faster. Because a lot of you guys talk about being distracted and not having a good work area. And hopefully this is gonna show you in compact little 10 by 10 areas and closets and spare rooms, how you can set up an office to work best for your business and give you a clean, you know, carefree work environment. That'll speed you up more than anything. So we're gonna go inside, I'm gonna go through some of those areas and I'm gonna show you what you can get for, you know, a little bit of money. Some of this stuff might be more expensive than what you wanna spend. You can go elsewhere. I'm just giving you ideas from inside of IKEA because I think they have some really good setups and I think you guys are gonna enjoy the way that they do things in small areas, because IKEA is really focused on small areas, which you may not have a ton of extra room in your house. Maybe you only have one tiny spare bedroom or a spare closet, or maybe half of a room. I'm gonna show you how to set it up and what you can do and some ideas that maybe you can take pieces of and get your clean, carefree, stress-free working environment ready so that when you actually do get to work, you get things done, you get accomplished, and you're productive every day. So let's go inside and check it out. So this could be like a really good inventory storage area. Those of you that do clothing or even hard goods, but mainly for clothing. You could probably hold what, like 40 pairs of shoes here. You've got room for like, you know, other bins. You could hang hooks and hang stuff up. They've got a few hooks on this side. And then of course you've got, you know, bin A, bin B, bin C, bin D, E, F. I mean, you're talking about 20 or 30, 100, 200. I mean, this is a typical like maybe 1,000-piece inventory room. This is pretty good. This one would probably run you a couple $100. The bins are like 10 a piece. So you're talking about, you know, $100 worth of bins. The hooks are $4. You could do this for about $250 to maybe $300. So here's something similar to what we just saw. This one was $600, but again, you have room to store bins. You could do ties, flip-flops, shoes, and then of course you get a second side here where you could do, you know, hang up stuff, top shelf, middle shelf. You could store a lot of goods. Something like this is too expensive probably, but this would hold a good solid few hundred items. Just ideas for inventory storage. Now, we really like this for home storage, but this could be business storage as well. This thing's like $900. It's just clean and really, you know, hidden. You could use this for storing inventory, or you could store, you know, business supplies, printers, papers, receipts in one. You could label, you know, 1 through 9. And then you would be able to know what was in everything. But for $900, this is probably not the best financial use of your storage, but it's very cool. Now we actually have these units at our house. This is where we stored our video games on, you know, just stacked up. You could do it with books too, but video games we had up, you know, we could store several hundred. We had 3 of these. We would have like 400 or 500 video games on one of these shelves, and they're only $60. I think we got ours from Target, but just ideas, storage, good ideas. So this gives you an example of like setting up a home office space, like in a spare bedroom. You don't even need this part, just cut it off. Only a room this size, and you'd have your work area, place where you can use the computer, make listings, print work. Printer can be over there, print stuff. You could store, you know, label paper, labels, supplies could be up here. And you could set like one of the softbox 2424s right here with, you know, lighting kits here, pointed down, and you could take your photos right here. You could set up a photo station if you did flat lays. If you did mannequins, you could set it up down that end and have your light kits there in your background. This is kind of just an example. I mean, you don't have to go to IKEA and buy whatever they have or spend this money. You could probably do it cheaper. Maybe IKEA is fairly cheap, but this just gives you an idea in like a 10 by 10 section, not even, that you could set up an entire work area. Being organized is one of the most important things with what the business is that we do. If you're not organized, then you're in big, huge trouble. So this could be your mannequin setup again with the background right there. Light kit, you could set one light there, bang. This is kind of a bigger setup for like if you had multiple employees. You could be working there, you could have, you know, an employee or 2 employees or your mom or whatever helping, filing cabinets, you know, materials, shipping supplies, have your, you know, printer, computer right there. You could set up a mannequin, you could move some of this stuff and rearrange it so you could get a mannequin in the corner. Okay, so my camera actually died at this point. I started using my phone and I forgot that the OtterBox really doesn't work so well with the volume. So I'll just give you guys a little voiceover. This is a freestanding storage unit. It was $499. You can certainly get it cheaper. You could find them for $200 or $300. But with a lot of shelves and these pullouts, you could store a lot of clothes, a lot of purses, accessories. You really could get a lot of stuff in here, several hundred pieces at least of inventory. And, you know, again, $499 is expensive, but you could do it a lot cheaper. You could label these shelves shelf number 1, shelf number 2. You could pre-bag stuff. You could use these rollout bins to put men's neckties, women's, you know, wristlets or purses or wallets. Maybe you sell video games. You could stack video games on these. Again, yeah, you know, $499. It is a little expensive. You do have to invest in yourself, but you can do it cheaper. And then on the other side is, of course, the hooks and racks where you could hang stuff. You could do your sport coats, your dresses, your shirts, your ties, all kinds of stuff. Easily $400 or $500 in that one. They had a darker one behind it for $390, so you can see it's cheaper. They have more expensive ones, $698. There's me in the mirror. They have ones, you know, that are bigger, full-on sections. They can be $600, $700, $800. So all kinds of options. They have these plain ones that are just bare bones. They have, you know, again, fancy gloss ones with glass. They have the open ones that have all different sections. So you could spend a few $100s and set yourself up a nice inventory. And you don't really have to go fancy. You can get something that is, you know, reasonable for a reasonable price, not just at IKEA, but elsewhere. And so here's another setup. This one is kind of the open, you know, inside of a walk-in closet, which most of us have in a spare room. You can see how you could hang shirts and you could label them. You could number the hangers. That's what a lot of people do, is put number stickers on the hangers, and then they're in order. You could put shoes at the top inside of all the carriers. You've got these hanging down shoe carrier type things. You've got corners and nooks. Really, this is just a standard spare bedroom walk-in closet with maybe, I think this was $200 or $300 worth of, you know, inserts to put in it. And you've got an instant storage system inside of an apartment, inside of a house. Again, this is all geared towards clothing sellers, but you could do it with electronics. You could get rid of all the hanging things and put shelving in there. There's a lot of different ways that you could make it work with shoes, with accessories, with clothes, you name it. You can make it work for any budget, really. Now, this next one is kind of one that's, you know, another spare bedroom type thing, showing the shelving around the top. This one wasn't one that I liked so much. It's just a different setup. It was cheap, though. It was only like $300 or $400. Again, the bins, your hanging clothes. You could section off shoe sections. You could section off, you know, dresses on the right, men's sports coats on the left, t-shirts in the middle. These pull-out bins were really nice. They slid smoothly. They had lids. You could number those bins, and then you could put pre-bagged items inside of it. So all kinds of different options, no matter which route you're going. These wall hangers, you know, 29 bucks for 3 or 4. You could put scarves and different things like that in there. So whatever you're looking to do, you just have to shop around. You don't have to use IKEA. You can use anything, but these are all just great ideas for organizing your inventory, organizing an office, or, you know, organizing your own house if you wanted to. But and you can see I'm filming on my phone there. The camera's in my hand because it died. I got to get another spare battery before Vegas. So there's another setup for you. And then this is the Rolls Royce of setups. These sloped shelving units for shoes, and then they've got the glass doors and the pull-out storage things. Again, you know, however fancy you want to go over, however much money you want to sink into it. I feel like you should sink some money into storage, but don't blow the budget. It's not necessary. Again, no one's going to see it. It's not like your own personal house. You're just storing your inventory, and it has to make sense. They have to be things that can be numbered, lettered, and so that later on you can find the items when it's time to ship them. If you have an employee, you're certainly going to impress them if you have something like this. But this is a $540 unit. It's a little overdoing it. Finally, they had IKEA's cheap section. These are just like $10 hanging down things. That one was $7. You know, it was for shoes. You could fit 30, 40 pairs of shoes. You could buy a few of them. You know, $170 for this entire wall setup that has the hangers that you could hang 200 or 300 pieces, and then on top you could put pieces, you know, folded. You've got the shoe wire racks, you know, all kinds of basic stuff. Again, like I said, cheap, 30 bucks, 50 bucks, 100 bucks. If you didn't want to go with the expensive stuff, the wood stuff that we just saw. And finally, you can't go to IKEA and not get dinner. Swedish meatballs with gravy and lingonberry, a raspberry Nordic soda, mashed potatoes, and vegetables. Dinner is served. All right, thanks guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the inside of IKEA. I hope you got some great ideas for business organization, organizing your home office, making the most out of your space, being productive, getting a productive space where it's clean and everything is exactly where it should be. You can take care of it. You can feel, you know, proud and comfortable of where you're working. If your space is a wreck and a mess, you will be very unproductive. Trust me. So get some ideas. I'm not telling you to go out and spend a bunch of money or hundreds and hundreds of dollars on organization, but I am telling you to get a space that's dedicated, that works for you, and that allows you to be as productive as you need to be. So good luck with it. Please comment down below with what you have, and I'd love if you guys could go over to my Facebook and share your work area, your office space. I will put a thread up on the big Facebook group. It's called Thrifter Reseller World. Join that group if you're not in it, and share your spaces with me. Let's take a look at what they are. I wish everybody would go over there and do that. And until next time, please guys, like this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna have some more great videos for you guys as long as it doesn't keep raining in Tampa. And until we see each other again, have a wonderful evening. Thanks so much.